Hello, welcome to Tea and Reflections. I've got some cardamom chai today, which is just the best. I talked last time about anxiety, and one or two of you got in touch and told me your experiences, which I really appreciated, and I'd be very happy for anybody who's watching this and who has thoughts or feedback or ideas to get in touch with me. I thought I'd stay with the theme of anxiety and think about those feelings we have when we feel overwhelmed, either by anxiety or by an urge to do something negative that we don't really want to do, but we just feel the urge so strongly. It might be a habit or an addiction. And in the moment that you're feeling that you're about to be overtaken, it can be incredibly helpful to take a pause. So what do we associate with taking a pause? I think about yoga because in yoga you're often watching your breath, and there's that moment at the end of the out breath when just a mini second, just a pause before you take the in breath, a moment of stillness. And I don't play golf, but my husband plays golf, and he tells me that when he's about to play a shot, he takes a backswing, and then there's again that pause, that moment, magic moment, when he is at some level, maybe subconsciously, just setting his course. It's a threshold moment, and then he plays his shot. And maybe that's an image to have in mind when you're thinking about the overwhelming urge that can come over you, or the anxiety that feels like it's going to overtake you. And in that moment, you can take a pause, and the power of the pause is that you can see the feeling for what it is, which is, in fact, just a thought. It's a habitual thought. And I think the thing about a pause is that it enables you to take a choice. You have a choice in that moment. When you see your anxiety or your strong urge as a thought, you don't necessarily have to go with it. And actually, the thing about a pause is that you can then experience the discomfort that comes with not going with your urge. I think sometimes to avoid feeling uncomfortable or feeling discomfort, we just go into autopilot, don't we? And we tend to just, without thinking, follow our addiction or our habit, or get overtaken by anxious thoughts. But if you pause and just feel the discomfort of that uncomfortable place of the present moment, it's not a bad place to be, actually, because even though it's uncomfortable, it can't do you any psychological harm. And just to be in that moment and to know that you are in the driving seat. You're not a victim, you're in the driving seat. Sydney Banks once said that if the only thing that people learnt was not to be afraid of their experience, then that alone would change the world. So I leave you with that thought, and I'll see you next time.